the reason you rush. Tighten up. I burn up a bridge off of doing something violent. I burn up a bridge off of just being silent. You do what you want, I'm just saying how I am. I jump off a bridge, I'm a probably start flying. You try to do what I do, you probably start dying. If I was you, I'd probably do something about it. But you can't do shit. I'm taking grudges with me to the grave. You better be careful about what you say. And trust me, my nigga, you tell me some shit in confidence. I'm taking that shit to the grave. These niggas don't play on the level I play. These niggas don't keep it as really big peso. Big peso. Big peso.
Right now.
Guess who? Nobody got nothing on us.
You're locked into the greatest station. GRIZZBIZMY2SENSE.
Y'all think I'm tired of me? I don't know. Y'all think I be lying to y'all on these songs? You thought you was mine. I took out a loan. You think I be hiding from you if it smokes? Come on, man. It's been on my mind. It's getting exposed. I switch at the ties and get on the road. You ain't trying to ride the fucking.
Woo, doggy. Wednesday, we are back at it. You understand me? Man, and this political race is getting tighter. It's getting down to the nitty gritty. You know what I'm saying? We got what, 2 more weekends, 2 more weeks, 2.5 more weeks in October. And then it'll be a big November. Let's give November a round of applause. I'm a November baby. Every year at the same time. So it's going down. A lot to talk about. We got a special guest, City Council candidate, Ms. Dawn Flannigan Johnson joining us. Our youngest Reese will be joining us here shortly. But before we get into all of that, let's go ahead and do our sponsors, the people who take care of us and take care of you. Goodies Barbecue, right there in the heart of Mount Healthy, 1440 Hamilton Avenue. Barbecue season is not over. I've been passing out flyers, promotional cards all weekend. You know what I'm saying? Gift cards like $5 off, $10 off, $15 off. I even got one for $50. That's right. I got one for $50. So I might get that away to a caller. Matter of fact, if we get a caller today for the show, I'm gonna go ahead and give you a $50 card for Goodies Barbecue. That's a lot of barbecue. That's a lot of barbecue. So go on over to Goodies Barbecue. Use the promo code My2Cents and receive a 10% discount on your purchase. You can catch them at Vince's Place in Mount Healthy, right there on the corner of Hamilton, right there. So Goodies Barbecue. Give them a round of applause again. Next up, we got Jarman Home Solutions.
Let's get your home charging station installed the right way. Jarman Home Solutions is a licensed electrical contractor serving Greater Cincinnati and Greater Dayton, specializing in EV charger installations for all makes and models. Whether you drive a Tesla, Ford, Chevy, or Rivian, our team delivers clean, professional installs you can trust. Most installs are completed in just 1 day, so you can charge at home and hit the road with confidence. Power up the smart way. Call or message Jarman Home Solutions and get your garage EV ready today.
Let's give Jarman Home Solutions a round of applause. Like I said, going over there to www.jarmanhomsolutionsllc.com and get you an estimate on any electrical service, whether it be residential or commercial. They got your back. They got you covered. Next up, we've got Linked Up Auto Care. That's right, Linked Up Auto Care. They can find them at 5850 Center Hill Drive, Cincinnati, Ohio. Phone number is 513-828-3769. And this one right here is really special to me, too. All of our sponsors are really special to us for being with us over the years and benefiting, and we benefiting. So we appreciate that. Linked Up Auto Care is very special because my car broke down and they came to the rescue. You understand me? So go on over there. Get your service, man. They got shuttle service. They got credit. They got on-the-spot financing. All of it. Nice big area. Great customer service. It goes down at Linked Up Auto Care. Guess what? If you need a slider, guess what? They got Capsule Auto Sales right there in front, man. They not only they got sliders, but they also got nice cars too, man. So go on over there and get you a car. They got on-the-spot financing, credit, all good credit, bad credit, all of that. Whatever you need, they got it, man. And the sliders a reasonable price too, man. What's the point of buying a car that you know nothing about when you can buy a car from the mechanic who fixes cars? Guarantees, warranties, all of that. So let's give Linked Up Auto Care and Capsule Auto Sales a round of applause. Check them out. Use your promo code My2Cents and receive a 5% discount. That's what's up. Next up, we got www. Dank Nation. Oh, there right there. CO. That's right. Go to www.danknation.co and get you some premium seeds. You can buy seeds, premium seeds, and grow your own. If you don't want to go to the dispensary, if you don't want to talk to Johnny Who Is, then grow your own. And why not get it from a local place? From us, www.danknation.co. You can also check out some of our apparel, man. And right now we got Alonzo Coppins of Made You Look Clothing taking care of all our clothing designs right now. And he is popping with that, along with his dance studio, too. So let's give them both a round of applause. That's what's happening. That's what's happening. Now, I can talk a little bit. So I don't know if I'm gonna pull up my phone and see if Champion Pryor is still alive. Yeah, he is, with the part 2 with Connie Phillip, whatever her name is, the prosecuting attorney. And I wish we could put it on there right quick and turn that on until our guests come on and until my brother get here. But what they talking about, man, I got to give. From what I saw one dude come up there and let those people have it in the way that they understood. He said he's a religious person, and I believe might have been from the greater Christian faith, whatever that is, what Damon Lynch is a part of. It might have been, I don't know. But he had been viewing some history about the Black community, whatever. Dude made a joke, well, I'm not part of the community, but he was able to understand or exactly what was going on in the community and why the things that they are doing or why things are happening. But then in the same flip, he says, the answers that y'all are giving are white. Let's get that a round of applause. That was the loudest thing in town hall that I heard. That right there, like, well, damn, somebody calling them out. You know what I'm saying? Instead of asking these redundant ass questions that they're giving you long ass answers to, let's cut the chase and ask the questions. I wanted to specifically know what y'all gonna do about the black market gun issue. I'm on there with WLW Channel 5, a lady, Caucasian lady, and everyone wants to assume that all of these guns that are involved with these crimes are stolen. And she made up the point that 80% of the guns are stolen. And the WLWT, whatever dude's name is, can back that up. Well, you know, we got our sources too. You know what I'm saying? We got our credible sources. And 61% is the number of guns that was reported stolen, or not reported stolen, but this is what CPD says is the amount. This is their records. Now, I don't know how stupid you are or how smart you are. I don't know if you ever held a gun, owned a gun, used a gun, or whatever. But you cannot base any truth on what CPD says at all. They trying to fire the police chief right now. They want her to resign right now. I forget babies in diapers or something like that. Some group, some organization uh, wanted them to resign, and I'm sure the good old boys crew wants to kick her out too. Get the stepping, get the stepping. I believe she was set up. I believe her gun was taken to make her look like an idiot. For real. She don't come off as what they perceive or what they want in a police chief. They want somebody that's going to be the FOP and that Kenneth Duda, whatever his name is, lapdog. That's what they want. I believe her conscience is fooling with her. She got that grandma look, that grandma this, that, and the third, man. They ain't trying to hear that. They is not trying to hear that at all. So I don't know, man. And then I'm just reevaluating who I would vote for. That's why it's so important that for me personally, I talk to people. Me and my brother talk to people. Just to see where their mental is. You know what I'm saying? Where they lie. And you can only know so much about a person real quick. It's gonna take a lifetime for you to figure out actually what they're doing. But by their actions, you'll be able to tell. But by that time, it may be too late, like it always is. They may talk a good game. They might do this and do that, have the allegiance, have the alliance. Yeah, you might be exposing this, exposing that, exposing this. But if you ain't coming with nothing reputable to say what you gonna do different, then you really just blowing smoke up somebody's ass too. So I never had smoke physically blown up my ass, but I can imagine that probably ain't cool. Matter of fact, it's no probably to it. It's not cool. So if I don't like it, I'm pretty damn sure you don't like it. And a lot of these politicians, that's what they do. They blow smoke up your ass. Tell you we gonna do this and we gonna do that. Then you have what I would say, new on the job. You know what I'm saying? When you new on the job, it's gonna take a minute for you to actually see how this shit really roll. You understand me? When you start a new job, you got to sit back and say, okay, that bitch always in somebody's business. This nigga over here, he don't do his job. This guy sits on the toilet all the goddamn time. It's too much going on. Holy smokes and Batman. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Grizz Biz My 2 Cents show. You know what I'm saying? We have this Dawn.
Hi.
Joining us. See, I like these type of conversations. You can speak goddamn forums. You know what I'm talking about? Because like I was just saying when you join, it's smoke blowing up your ass. I don't want smoke blowing up my ass. Excuse me for being so. This is how we roll on the show. You know what I'm saying? If I was down there at that city council, down there at that fake ass town hall meeting, they would have been like, hey, can you escort this nigga out of here? He gotta go. He probably got a teenager on the daggone Fountain Square. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, all jokes aside, I'm glad you made the show for real, for real. It shows diligence on your part. It shows that you're trying to touch everybody. A lot of problems that we have within our own community is the fact that we don't interact with each other. I'm not fooling with this guy. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. Bump her, this, that, and the third. And I'm glad that you're not on that. So
I'm definitely not. Definitely not on that.
Let's get a round of applause. I'm just so geeked. I can't wait for my brother to get here too.
Thank you.
He's a political analyst, but I'm gonna start it off, and I just want to start it off with, tell us about you, your background. Are you from Cincinnati?
Yeah, born and raised.
Born and raised. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know where you know what? I'm gonna be honest. I was looking at Donald's one live at one of the forums that y'all was attending, right? And I don't know where I got you was from LA from. The funk. I'm like, well, shit, maybe we need some of that.
I lived in LA. I did live in LA for a long period of time,
Okay,
12
that's the one.
years. So I was there. So that makes sense. But yeah, no, I'm born and raised. I'm from Avondale by way of Evanston, A1 since day one, E-Town. Come on, let's go.
Let's
Like
go.
I enjoy this type of stuff. I enjoy
That's what's
talking
happening.
politics.
That's
Let's
what's happening.
go.
You know what I'm saying? Because I grew up on Blair. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
The Jewish Center. I don't know how old you are, but I'm an old guy. You can tell
We
by the
probably the
beard.
same age. We
You know what I'm
probably
saying? So yeah, I used to be at the Jewish Center, the free lunches, all of that stuff. And since you bringing up A1 right now, that's a very hot spot right now. I can remember Ken Lawson being on the building right there at the store. You know what I'm saying? The Junkyard Dog, and we need that more and more now. But go ahead, let's tell
Yeah.
us
So
about
yeah,
yourself.
born and raised in Cincinnati. I'm a mom, I'm a wife, I'm a doula. I've been doing a lot of work in maternal health. I'm also the only candidate running that is a current president of a community council. I'm the president of the North Avondale Neighborhood Association in partnership with the Avondale Community Council. I've been doing a lot of work in my neighborhood and really trying to um, get North Avondale and Avondale together as one. It's been a struggle, but I mean, I lean into this type of stuff. I love this type of work. I love my community and, I love working for my community. I'm very passionate about it. So, you know, um, like a day like today, for example, is it is National Pregnancy Loss Day. And I actually had a loss during pregnancy. And this has been a really rough day for me. But I wanted, our audience, our Cincinnati community to see, like, even on the tough days, even when, sometimes it's hard to get out of bed, I'm going to lean in. I'm not going to give up on my city. I'm going to be here with my people. I appreciate you having me. I appreciate what you're doing, what you're saying, how you're activating us as a community. So I praise you. I thank you very much for giving me this platform and for doing what you're doing.
Oh, no problem. Shoot, I'm for change my daggone self, and I'm gonna be straight up honest with you. Me and my brother, once he gets here, before politics, I was always a Bible person anyway. First of all, I believe in my Creator Yahuwah. You understand? So the scriptures always came out to me as don't mix politics and religion. Don't put your trust in man. When you do all of this is what happens. And as long as I can remember, Democrats, Republicans, there's been a fight, this, that, and the third. It's never been beneficial to we, the people. It's never been beneficial for that. So I said, okay, I'm not in religion anymore. And we got to live here and we got to figure out something. And so let me roll with it. So what made you say, I'm going to be a part of Avondale Community Council?
I mean, so it's really, I get it honest. Like being a part of my community is in my DNA. My mom was a principal for 30 years. My dad worked at Withrow. He was the security guard, and he was the director of the Cincinnati Recreation Commission. So,
Oh my
uh,
gosh, let's give them a round of applause. I bet
okay,
they've seen
go
a lot.
parents,
They like computers. Like we just started the first computers. They didn't watch everything progress. And I bet
100%.
you if you asked them both, they would both say it's gotten worse. What you think?
I would absolutely agree that they would say that it's gotten worse. They're still together. They've been together for 53 years. They've been working hard and really trying to build. They have been building a great foundation for myself and my brothers and sisters. So, I get it honest. They've always shown me. Um, that having passion and compassion for the people in my community should be a priority. Matter of fact, I'm just thinking about it. Like at 5 years old, one of my first memories was my mom driving up Forest Avenue,
Mm-hmm.
and some lady had her cart had fallen over in the street, and I remember like, and people are just driving past her, and my mom like pulls over and like helps her and gives her a ride home. Like that's one of my first memories. That was ingrained in me. So like people ask like what has made you right? Like that's this I've been in preparation for this for 42 years.
Okay, dig that. Let's get a
Mhm.
round of applause.
Oh my God, thank you. Oh my God.
So, being on City Council in Avondale, what things have you contributed to, and what politicians did you work to bring some things to Avondale, like
Ooh.
Strip? Even though the Strip right there was nice and Zola's and everything.
Mhm.
Shout out to uh, SIP and what they doing over there. Let's give them a round of applause. My dude came home, did his thing, and they over there cranking over there. You know what I'm saying? They got the
Yeah, and I
first
love
black
Zola's.
grocery store over there. So how
Yeah, they
involved
are.
with was you with that?
So I've dipped and dabbled in it. I want to say for in terms of North Avondale is concerned, when I first got elected as the president, literally like a week after that, I heard about this new legislation that the city council was trying to pass called connected communities. And once I read it and I heard about it, I was furious and I was like, oh my gosh, we have got to do something. So I'm also one of the only candidates that fought against connected communities from start to
Stop.
finish. Okay.
What is that?
Connected Communities is a legislation that was passed by City Council. What you'll probably hear is they'll be like, "Oh, it's going to bring more affordable housing and it's going to help Black home ownership," and those are lies. And I really, really encourage anybody on here listening. Please read the legislation. Go onto their website, read about it because what they're talking about is a lie. So basically, it's this legislation that's going to allow out of town and big developers to come into our city and throw up all of these big buildings like you probably have already been seeing. And the what they've done is they've lacked the zoning laws, which um allows them to not have to go to the community councils or the community to ask if they're allowed to build these big structures. B, they're allowed to put people out. There's no mandates on or safeguards on what happens to what they're gonna do when they want to misplace and displace people, like they're doing in Oakley currently right now with that development from developer from New York. Look into that. So there's and basically when they say like, oh, we're going to build more affordable housing, well, there's no mandate in that legislation. So if nobody's mandated to actually build affordable housing, they're going to build luxury housing every single time. So that's a lie, and we
Oh,
got to change it. We got to repeal and replace connected communities. That's why y'all got to get these people out of here because they are going to it's going to be more of the same. You're going to be seeing your aunties, uncles, and maybe even yourself put out of your home.
so with that being said, this thing that they passed, do you get to see who the city council members are that passed
Oh,
this?
I was there the day they passed it.
So was it
It's already
5?
passed.
No, so was it
Mhm.
5 or was it 9? I'm actually
It
saying,
was it was everybody except Jan Michelle and Scotty.
and Scotty. You need to give them a
Shout out to
round of
Jan
applause.
Michelle.
Yes.
They
Okay.
they they some real ones.
Yeah. See, this is why we have to have conversations like
Yeah.
this and not a
Yes.
goddamn forum and not someplace where we sitting on stage and doing this bull crap that we doing. First of
Right.
all, don't nobody come to them mugs, not our people. So I'm gonna hold
Right.
our people accountable too. But that right there speaks a lot because what you hear about people, the negative, this, that, and the third, sometimes you got to be able to sift through the bullshit and see the real. So what
Yeah.
you just said right there just made my whole little thing with that I heard with Scotty in the back of my mind. Somebody said this, and then you have to think, well, maybe that person just don't like them. And now talking to you, like maybe they had their hand in the cookie jar too. And Scotty put a
Right.
hand and tried to put a stop to it, and so did the Jean lady. I don't want to disrespect the name, but she called her Jean. She got a problem.
Mm-hmm.
It's my 2 cents, but her. So I like that. So with those people, are they still on city council right now?
Oh yeah.
They're sitting
Oh,
right
they
now.
are. Mika Owens, Anna Albee, Mark Jeffries, all of them except Jan Michelle and Scotty voted for that. Matter of fact,
Dale
some of
too.
them, huh?
Dale too. Or Dale, no, he's a candidate. He's trying to run for it. Right.
Right,
Right. Right.
right,
Right. Right.
right.
My bad. My bad.
Yeah,
My
these
bad.
are all the incumbents, the current council members. So yeah, and some of them actually came to some of my community council meetings and promised that they wouldn't vote for it, and still did. Lie right to our face like that.
Who
And that
was it?
was just
Who was it?
was that Mark Jeffries? Yeah, it was Mark Jeffries.
Mark Jeffries.
It was Mark
Scratch him
Jeffries.
out,
How
people.
dare you? How
Black
dare you, Mark
black
Jeffries?
folk.
You thought I would forget. You
Yes.
didn't know I was gonna run for council.
Right.
Yeah, I like that sound.
Yes, sir. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. That part right there. See, this is what we need to address, man. This is what I'm tired of it. So now that you've seen this firsthand, right? I'm gonna just get to the alliances. That's what I was on my post trying to emphasize the importance of the alignment. Now, when I saw the Fabulous Five, the Fabulous Four, I thought to myself, okay, I don't want to be the negative nigga, but I'm like, man, it looked good on photo op, but what gonna happen behind the closed doors? What's going? What?
I'll tell you. Listen, I'm a real one. I don't consider myself a politician. I'm a humanitarian. And you said separation of church and state. You said like taking the God out of it, but I'm actually this is spirit led for me.
Right.
This is very much a spiritual journey for me. So my spirit is all the way in this, completely in this. That's what helped me to get up this morning and inspired me to continue to push on and campaign, even though I was feeling down and trying to really get myself through this day. And really just wanted to lay in the bed and pay homage to my the son I've lost. But the
My
thing
apologies.
is, you guys are worth. I mean, that's what's fueling me forward is spirit. So, I think spirit should be in this. But
I hear you, and that's my spirit talking to me too. It's not saying
okay,
that, but I just know for me, and I'm gonna just say it after after you. I don't think I'm gonna interview anybody else unless my brother wants to interview somebody else.
okay, you don't
You
need
know,
to.
you know what I'm saying? Because I think we have between Livingston and Champion all up in the mix. You can actually see what the hell is going on. So my next thing for me is I want to put it to the test,
Mhm.
see if it works, see if it don't work. But my main thing, my spirit is telling me to get my peoples prepared
Come on, and I
for
and
what's
I need
coming.
that. Come
You know what I'm
on, do
saying?
that. Get
That
prepared.
that's what I'm talking about.
Get
And
prepared.
I'm also on, hey, this system has played us from the rooter to the tutor.
Oh yeah,
And we need to go do our own thing.
have to.
You know what I'm
Oh, I
saying?
like.
And it's gonna
Okay.
take somebody to step up and do that. You know what I'm saying? And it's not nothing racial or hateful.
Ooh,
It's like, hey man, y'all system is designed for over there for destruction, and we just can't keep playing these same games. Now we ain't talking no violence, we ain't talking this, we talking doing our
let's
own
do.
thing.
I'm,
And- and-
actually, I'm glad you brought that up, and I want to hit on that because that's super important. There's actually some things going on that are brewing in the background that I kind of want to share. But let me back up because you asked me about the alliances.
okay.
So, the thing is, I'm very much so aligned with Jan Michelle. Um, she is, matter of fact, some people have even called me Baby Jan because of the fact that they consider me a bridge, a connector. I'm not. I'm here as a peacemaker. Like I'm not trying to, be involved in the negative part of the politics. I really want to genuinely focus on helping people. But the thing is, what I really appreciated after this legislation was passed is that Jan Michelle got a task force committee together to to repeal it, to update it, to make sure that it wasn't so half baked and so open and just really allowing these outside developers to do whatever they want to in our city. She really, 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 really tried hard to change it and to protect us. And I joined her task force, no questions asked. Hey, brother, how you doing?
Hey, let's give
Hey,
my brother a round of applause.
Hi.
Youngest Reese to
sorry
join
about
the
that
conversation.
delay.
You're
Oh, I forgot
fine.
the man is in here. Damn, he gonna make some noise about it. But anyway, he's shaking his head. He about to let me up. Our engineer, he's crazy. But anyway,
So
he's
yeah.
showing me crazy.
Hello, hello,
But
hello.
finish what you were saying about the
Oh,
alliance.
yeah. So basically, like I joined Jan Michelle's task force, and I was on the look and feel committee because of the fact that, I mean, she elected me to be on that committee, especially because of the things that I have done for my neighborhood. We're going to be one of the first neighborhoods in the city that is an entire historic district. Um, we've developed our CDC and we've done our completed our master plan, which was not able to be completed in the past 10 years. So I've been strategically setting up safeguards for my neighborhood so that these developers cannot come in. They're going to have to see me first before they want to start any projects in my neighborhood. So I thought, if this is what I can do for my neighborhood, what can I do for my city? And, and working with Jan Michelle, I can really tell that she is very, very genuine. Like we worked really hard. And actually the rest of the city council members, besides Scotty, just they were like, we're not interested. We're not gonna repeal this. We're not gonna update this. So you might as well just quit. Like, we're not gonna do this. You guys just have to deal with it. And I'm like, I'm not about to deal with this. So matter of fact, I'm coming for your seat because you are just disconnected to the community, to Cincinnati, to the residents, and I cannot stand for it. I can sit back and complain or I can do something about it, which is exactly what I'm doing. So
I put on for my city. I put on for my city. That's exactly what I was thinking when I commented. When I make the clip, the
and
snip,
she
this was gonna
is.
be. You know what I'm saying? Because we need more people like you to do that. I think I know Lakita Cole's on the same page. Let's go ahead and run down your alliance right now. If you
Yeah,
don't
I
mind.
love Lakita Cole. So I'm charter endorsed. So, I do have to give a shout out to my slate. It's, charter for change, change for charter. Um, so, I want to give a shout out to Lakita Cole. She's amazing. She is a Cincinnati legend. So she has the history, she has the experience.
Mhm.
She's also very passionate. Steve Gooden is the one that actually kind of came up with this slate, so I got to give him a shout out. Um, and there's Dondre House and there's Aaron Weiner. So, those I gotta give my slate a shout out. But I love Donald. I love what he's about. He's very, very genuine. Like I didn't know him before this. I just kind of looked him up and was like, wow, this young dude, this young black dude is really trying to make a difference. And so I really try to bring him up under my wing, and we've been rocking. So I really like him. I like everybody on my charter slate, and that might be about it.
I mean about that. But what about you like them and carrying on? But what about when it comes time to get down to business? But I guess from what I'm gathering, your 5 core right there, the ones with the experience, and they will rock with you. Who
Oh,
you
and
just
I
said.
forgot Stefan. I forgot Stefan. So I love Stefan.
Now,
I love Stefan.
now I'm Stefan. I like Stefan. He is a character like myself.
He is a
So
he
on
is a
that
character.
note,
Okay.
I rock with him on that note because he do get in your face and they face and let him know. And he kills me with I love you and there's nothing you can do about it.
I know. I love that too. I
Because
love
that
it
would
every
piss me
time.
off. Like, say that shit one more time, nigga.
Right.
Say that shit one more time.
Yeah, I love it. I love it every time. Every time. That never gets old.
But yeah, him. But what I fear or have leery about is not having the experience. Some people might not have the experience of being like you having roots in the neighborhood on council, president of their neighborhood council, to stop saying this, that, and the third. I don't think that's what worries me. That's what worries me. Like, you don't have the
Me
experience
too.
and you're a cool person. You're a cool dude. But just because you're a cool dude don't mean you coming over to my house for dinner,
Right.
nigga.
Well, that's
Right.
what goes to my main questions. When you look at the political climate that we're in right now, the ability to work with others is at the focus. Because when you look at the ripple effect that we see coming from, the capital all the way down reaching to cities.
Mhm.
Cincinnati's been in the discussion as far as having the National Guard deployed here. Um, so it's like when you have individuals that, let's say your charter doesn't make it, and you're forced to work with individuals that don't have the same uh, core belief on solutions. Instead of the rhetoric and the getting in the face and the arguing and tough stances. Sometimes the tough stance isn't the stance that you have to have, and we have to be able to be moldable, bendable, you
That's
know,
true.
persuadable.
Absolutely.
So how do you piggybacking off of what Grizz was saying, that with experience, inexperienced individuals, that comes with the mindset of with experience comes knowing. Um, there's a wealth of knowledge behind it, but there's also a sense of ownership where they don't want to necessarily relinquish duties or responsibilities. And then when you have the, new individuals taking place, those people where they lack the experience of know-how and getting things done, they also have new ideas
That's true.
and different ways about going to getting those ideas to bear fruit. They have different, ways of thinking that they may challenge the norm. So, how do you bridge that? How do you work with those individuals? How do you make that happen and be that person? Uh, because I'll say this: when I googled you, I was just taken aback, like very, very, very organized and very detailed, and that's what we don't see. Pinpoint plans. So the organization that you see, the outline of how do you get someone that isn't willing to budge or even have that discussion to look at those things? How do you get them to the table?
I think is, and I'm so grateful that you asked me that because that's a very unique characteristic that I believe that I have that a lot of people don't. I have several friends from all kinds of backgrounds, and honestly, I believe that the difference, the beauty is in our differences. So, we may not agree on everything, but where we disagree, where can we find that sweet spot? Where can we find that compromise? So, like Steve Gooden and I, we're on the same slate. We don't always have the same views. However, we have come together very strong on the things that we do agree on. And one of them is being that this leadership is garbage right now and they gotta go.
Right.
So, the thing is, it's like you come to the table with an open mind. You can't be so rigid in your beliefs and your thoughts that you're not able to hear what other people are saying, and you just cut them out. Like sometimes people will say like, yeah, I don't agree with that, and then just count them out and not listen to anything. Where somebody like me, it's like, okay, I may not ever agree with that point, but what else you got? So I mean, it's just a matter of keeping an open mind, and I think that comes from just that comes from experience traveling. I lived in LA. Like I see what innovation is. I know that, I've seen what happens when people from all over come together and really, but they have the same focus. They have the same goal. Like in California, if they don't like something, I'm talking about you will see a protest on the streets the next day. Like like they know how to come together and get it done. And so I think that we need more of that in our community. Um, and I think sometimes we can just be so rigid, like, oh, they think differently than me, and then just count them out. Like, but it's like take a couple more minutes to listen to exactly what they're saying, and maybe pick and pull out the things that you do agree with and start there.
Mhm. Yeah. So, worst case scenario, in my
Hmm.
opinion, and is we have new leadership coming from the top
Hmm.
down,
Okay.
and it's aligned more with conservative uh, viewpoints. What's your take on that? What's your take on conservatism and nationalism and everything that's running rampant with that, and how that can affect the things that we're doing here in Cincinnati that are positive?
Hmm.
I
So
know that
you're
sounds like a
saying,
loaded question.
so you're asking like, okay, worst case scenario, what we get like a whole conservative slate, and now we have to deal with that. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, that's the thing. I again, it's the same strategy. And I think it's a matter of education. Like, okay, so if I'm talking to a very conservative person, it's sometimes their view, you have to ask them like, but why are you in this space? Why do you have this belief? And you engage them in conversation, and I think it's, and then you have to educate them like, well, that's kind of a stereotype, or where did you get that information from, because this data shows this. Like, so it's I don't, I think that what's going on in this conservative space is toxic, and what they're calling conservative is actually racism. So let's just call it out. Let's call it for how we see it.
No.
It's racism, and I absolutely positively condemn and um do not agree with any form of racism at all.
Dig that. I got a question.
Hmm.
Let's just jump to the gun and the violence situations here. First of all, I think the stuff is fabricated, like a lot of it is. The
No.
scenario. No, I'm talking about scenario of where the guns and the guns. This the gun conversation.
Oh.
I am a gun owner. We talked about this last week. Um, you're in Avondale, and Avondale was a hot spot for a minute. For a minute, when you take the reins, what do you want to implement that you couldn't implement being the president of the Council of Avondale once you get in office? What will be the difference of the programming?
Okay. So I want to figure out like this. I'm going to tell you some of my concerns and what I would want to address, because I'm very concerned at people storing their guns in the car. Like, okay, so if you don't want to have your gun in the house with your children, the alternative should not be the car. However, and that's what I thought about the other day. However, I met somebody who was very conservative who said, he grew up on a farm, and they're like gun storage safes that you can keep in your car, like
You have
in
to
the
have
little
that. Even
console.
yeah, you have to have. I don't mean to cut you off, but yeah, you have to have them. Gun on them. And if you pull me over, my gun should be here, or I should have a CC, whatever on me. I get that, but my thing with the stolen guns, I don't believe that. I'm a gun owner. Been in the streets, and I know that a lot of cars get broken into, but a lot of people don't put their guns in their cars. They don't do that because most people that own guns are responsible gun owners, unless, like you said, somebody maybe in the country that are used to having their guns in the car like that, riding with the
Right.
shotguns. But
Right. That's
this
what I'm talking
narrative,
about.
yeah, this narrative that these guns are stolen and that's the racism part that
Well, that well,
Can I
we
say
can't
something?
just set that aside. We can't just disregard that and say that that's not happening, because it is happening. My car was broke. My husband's car, he drives a pickup truck, has been broken into so many times, and they keep saying like we're like, why all of a sudden is his car getting broken into? And they say they're targeting, pickup trucks, because for some reason there's some correlation with the people driving the pickup trucks leaving their guns openly in the truck. Now, I think that I know where you're getting at, and I agree with you too. I'm gonna just go ahead and get to it.
Get
So
to it.
are they putting the guns back in the community? Absolutely. Yeah, I think so too. Yes, I think the guns are being put back into the community. And I've heard that. Um, I've heard that before, and I do believe that that's true
And I'm
because
a
There's an
go
easy
ahead.
solution for that. You know, when you look at gun control, that's a hot topic. But when you look at gun safety and gun responsibility, that's supposed to be the go-to to say, hey, if you have this, then you don't need this. If you have more responsibility and accountability, because what's the argument? Guns don't shoot people, people shoot people, right? So now, when you think about stolen guns, that's an easy solution. That's called accountability. If your gun is stolen, how long did you wait until you reported it stolen?
Let me stop you
Right.
If
right
you
here.
never did report it stolen,
Right.
if
Right.
you never
Okay. And if you
reported that
didn't
Okay.
gun
report it
stolen
stolen,
until this gun is now used in
Okay.
exactly.
the action of a crime, you're like, oh, that gun was stolen on my car a long time
Right.
ago.
So
Hold
what
on.
happens with
No,
that?
Okay, get that. But stop.
we're talking
I,
about a state that
I
allows people to get sentenced for murder.
And there was a
And they were
police
the ones that broke it
officer.
into the house, and the homeowner shot the friend, and
just
then their
stand your
friend.
ground.
No. The homeowner shot their friend and killed him. And the guy that was robbing the house with him, he's in there for murder because he went in there and broke into a house, and this guy got shot and killed.
You
Yeah,
shouldn't have
because
broke
he
into
was
the damn house.
accomplice.
That's called accountability.
Okay, but here,
So
check.
that should be
Yeah.
equally applied when it
So
comes to them guns.
I understand that, but what I'm saying to you and to Don is this: the stats that we get, guess where they come from? There's no independent survey. There's nobody out here saying, yeah, this is this percentage of guns that was
You're
stolen.
talking about a different conversation because now you're talking about something that needs to be done a long
That,
time
that's,
ago, and that's the dealing with
CP,
that. No,
CPD is the ones
Cincinnati
that come up.
police are.
They're the ones that come up with the
Who polices the police?
this my whole the whole thing I'm talking about. The statistics are. Can you please help me with this schmuck? Whatever. Those numbers
Are skewed,
are skewed,
I agree.
fabricated by the police.
and they
So
are
when they put
fabricating a
this,
lot.
yeah. So when they put this information out, before I got on here, I was on the thing with live with Champion, and the lady was talking about the guns and this, that, the third, and it's 80% of the guns are stolen. And I'm like, I don't believe that. So I went and I talked to Jarvis. Jarvis was like, no, it's 61%. And CP,
Still a high number.
it's still a lot of numbers.
That's so
But
high. And there's the ghost guns.
right,
Don't forget
and
those.
CPD is the one. There is no legit. This is what the Jarvis. Shut up! Shut up! This is what Jarvis said. Jarvis said that CPD comes out with them stats. There's no credible. There's no way to refutate to
Discredit.
discredit. That's the word. Discredit this. So with that being said, this scenario, this racism stuff that's going on, my thing is, why ain't nobody targeting the black market? You can tell us all this stealing stuff and this, that, and the third, and blah, blah, blah. But there's a black market going on.
Absolutely. I mean, we
It's
know
not
that.
even really a black market because you got to think about the state that we're in and the gun laws that this country has.
Yeah.
It's not a black market when you can go to Sharonville and
Go to a gun show.
and anybody. There's a private dealer that can sell you a gun with no background.
That's a fact. And that's a fact. That's a fact.
So
And
if
go
they-
outside in the back after
He's
the
not
convention
held-
center, like, look at my truck. I got this rocket gun launcher, this bazooka right here.
But listen, what I'm trying to tell you, the individuals that are doing that, I used to, in my time away, I used to have this argument with guys from the inner cities, and I would tell them, I would say, hey man, if you did not know that there are more guns in the country than there is in all the Winton,
Yeah.
you done lost your mind.
Right.
Exactly.
So here's the thing too. Like
That's where them guns
gun
are coming.
laws, the gun issue is a national issue. And I hear a lot of my friends that are state reps saying that, their hands have been tied where every time they try to get the gun laws repealed, and they keep getting met with resistance from this from the Trump organization. But what I want to address is the fact that, what are the root causes? What are the root causes of why you would look at your brother
Mm.
and shoot him? Why are you doing this? Why are you, just because the gun is there doesn't mean you have to shoot somebody. Why do you feel like that's the answer? So, and even before I get more into that, I do kind of have one of my ideas is it's kind of non-traditional, but it's okay. I'm real innovative. So I feel like, you remember how when there was the debate about sex ed, there was a lot of sex going on with the
Mhm.
youth, and they wanted to figure out how to combat it. But they were like, if we do sex ed, that's giving them permission to have sex. But anyways, and they then eventually passed it, and we were able to have that classroom so we could at least have the education. I feel the same way about guns. I feel like, I do feel like there should be some form of education around carrying a gun, and it should be more accessible than it is, because I mean, let's start there. And I know that's just that's small, but at least you won't have all of these accidental shootings. My 14-year-old nephew accidentally shot himself with a gun right at the same day that he purchased it. And so, because he was posing for a picture on Facebook. Why you got a loaded gun? Why are you pointing a loaded gun up? Why do you think shit is sweet? You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
Exactly.
So, like, clearly he didn't have the education to even, or the experience to even be carrying a gun. And but another 14-year-old sold it to him. So, at the very least, let's have some programming, some education where we can get these kids, go meet the kids where they are. I'm very strong about that. Meet people where they are, make it easy. Go into the schools, do a program, like teach them how to properly handle a gun at the very minimum. So
Well,
that's one of the
I
things
I
I
I,
think.
I
uh,
What
would
y'all think?
uh,
me
I
personally,
know, right?
I
That's what they said about sex education.
well,
Go ahead.
no. I just had this conversation today dealing with a different subject.
Okay.
And it's all about what certain things will prompt a person to think or do. So if I were to try to solicit money from you, I don't necessarily have to say, hey, can I sell you this? Hey, can you give me some money? There's a whole bunch of different ways that I could ask you for money without necessarily asking you for money.
That's
Man, my
true.
rent is due and I don't know what I'm gonna do. Man, sure would be nice if somebody would help me. There's a lot of different ways that a person can go from there, and it's about prompting. So when you start talking about guns and training and everything like that, right?
And I didn't
Um,
say shooting, just
not
properly
shooting, just
handling. Okay.
properly handling.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
going
Gun safety.
to, and I'm not saying a blanket across the board, but there's going to be a significant uptick in individuals that now have a piqued interest in firearms. So it's the
More
same
than
way
there
as
is now.
exposure.
yeah.
More
See
than
this.
there is now. See,
No,
that's
no, 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 no.
exactly what
I'm
No,
they
talking about.
said about the.
I'm talking about. So now, if I have a guy who has already a little bit of, I'm thinking guns are cool. I'm seeing them in my culture. I'm seeing them in the music and everything like that. And now I'm being taught how to properly, store it, handle it,
Right.
not use it, clean it, put it away. Now,
Not
this is going
clean
to
it. Not clean it. How to
that comes
store
with
it. How to.
that come. I took training, right? When you talk about
Right.
training, I got my CCWs and training, cleaning, and all of that. That's what they teach you when you take
Okay.
training for a gun.
yeah,
You
Okay.
would,
you don't want
yeah,
a
and I,
gun to
But I'm talking
misfire.
about
look,
we gonna
they have
modify
no,
it.
yeah,
We're gonna
right here.
modify it for the education system. Like it would be but just so that it's like, first of all, don't even touch it, right? First of all, don't even touch it if you see, like, if your parents have their gun laying out.
And that's what
Don't
I
even
think
touch it.
that's
Go
the
tell an
main
adult.
focus should be.
The
But
parent training.
also,
The
what
parent
if
training
the
and
yeah,
making the parents,
okay,
that
that's a
I
Well,
didn't mean to cut you off.
me either.
I apologize. But yeah, that's the main focus would be to have the children know, don't touch these, don't even worry about it, don't look at this, don't touch this, don't mess with it, you don't have any need for this at all. Like if you see this out and about, don't touch it, go get an adult. And that needs to be the mindset all the way up until 18.
And
because if you want to touch a gun after the age of 18, they got a place for you, and that's called the military. Go join up
I
and
love
serve.
it.
see, y'all both hitting on good things right here. See, because the thing is, education training to the parents. But I believe that they shouldn't be fooling with guns at all.
Exactly.
I
I
believe
agree.
that there should
But
be
they're going
stricter
to.
law, and I believe that you guys should have put in legislation, put in laws, and I'm with that. Hey, if you underage and you not able to get a gun and you are involved in the gun
Well,
and
the pushback comes from the conservative aspect where they don't want to do gun laws or gun reform at all. So when you think on a city level, what could help Cincinnati
Right.
combat some of the gun violence? Now, remember when we talked about I'm just a bill and the petition and how things are done. So when you start thinking on a all-encompassing type governmental order or law or ordinance, it starts with like municipalities and then to the city.
I don't care
Yeah.
how
No,
you got
you
to
have
get a
to know
gun.
what I'm saying is like the solutions that we would have to do would be having individuals that would charter something like this, would write up something like this and have the guts to sign it to make it
Yeah.
be in the city this way. So it can be challenged. It would be challenged. You're going to always have a right-wing lawyer ready to gun up and gung ho for any type of legislation that would change up ownership or responsibility and accountability for guns. But you have to be willing to take that. You got to be willing. If you want
Right. I
change,
mean,
you
and
got
there's
to be willing to put that
programming,
risk out there.
that these things can happen at a city level, like DARE, like the DARE program, like all of these things that I'm talking about. Those are the ways that we can really influence and affect change on a city level, is coming up with our own programming and getting grants for these things so that we can affect change and on a more local level.
How will we
But I
do
do.
that when you say that this administration is cutting the Department of Education funding? When you look at this administration, uh, you know, they talk a good game with the police, but our officers are now looking at a deficit as far as budget woes, and that's led to this administration. So when you look at all the constraints that we are going to be faced with going into completing this fiscal year and going into the next one, um, how do you implement those things?
The thing is, okay, so once I get on there, I want to go in and figure out, I think there needs to be more oversight because we're screaming broke in certain areas, but we're not screaming broke in others. So, where does the money reside? How do we reallocate the funds? Okay, we need to figure out it's the allocation. It's what their priorities are. So I think that we need to reprioritize where the funding is going so there aren't these deficits and these gaps that we're really experiencing in these very important spaces. So I think that is extremely important. I think that, again, I want to also address, like, what are the root causes? Why are we doing this to each other? That is very concerning. What is going on with these youth where they just feel like their life or the life of their brother is not valuable? That so is it the lack of hope? What is
Yes.
it? What is it? And
Yes.
exactly. They don't see that, they don't have the pipelines that they need to get out. They don't see a way out. So they
And
feel
this is
like,
my competition.
right.
When you look at um
What?
our community is seeped in competition.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah.
when you look
Wow.
at, always feeling the need to, you know, I and I'm not just talking about in comparison competition. A lot of times people think comparison like, oh, I'm competing with his lifestyle, or I'm competing with what they have. Sometimes you're competing for a same type of spot. Sometimes in your mind, you're competing for the
Come
same
on.
meal.
That's what I was gonna say.
You want
But it's your
something to
mind though.
eat. So in your mind, you're like, man, I'm in competition for him because I want to be able to eat tonight, and I know he's going to eat tonight. So I gotta do something to get to
Mm.
his, I want, even if that
I'm
means
gonna
taking
need you to leave the room talking like this. You my brother, and you really sound like you're trying to get me. You trying to
no,
get me?
no,
I'm
no,
just
no.
fucking- I'm just fucking-
I'm just saying, like, that's
Okay,
when you look
exactly.
at that hopelessness, when you look at that,
Yeah.
not having an avenue,
Yes.
homelessness. You talked about how we have these schools and parking lots going to be opened up
Oh my
to address the homeless,
God.
but there is no
Ah,
pressure on 3CDC or any other development
What's your
company
relationship with these
to
developers?
provide true and adequate affordable housing,
I work in
true
development.
affordable housing.
I work in development, so that's what I'm saying. I have a very unique perspective. So I actually work in that industry, and I do agree with development, but we need community development. It's not predatory development, which is
Mhm.
I do not agree with. Um that parking lot that stresses me out. We're gonna protest that, and you will see me protesting that. That's inhumane. It makes zero sense.
What are you talking
Um
about? What are you talking
Putting
about?
the
the
homeless
homeless
parking
shelter
lot for the
parking lot
kids.
for kids. So
They
homelessness
thought they
is
yeah. Oh my
affecting
God.
individuals at a exponential rate.
Especially the
And
Yeah,
kids, the youth, the
it's
CPS
and the
children.
yeah.
most
I
and
made
the
a post
listen,
about
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah, and that's why I was addressing. That's why I was brought up.
35,
And
35%.
that's what I deal with on a daily for my job. My job is to deal with people that are coming out of homelessness and are sleeping on floors. So I work on getting them furniture and getting
Mm.
them off the floors. I field calls with people that are just like, hey, I don't know what to do. I don't know what's going on. And I'm telling them contact this organization, reach out to these individuals, so on and so forth. So what I'm saying is like when you look at the fact that there was and I'll back up a little bit. A while ago, Cincinnati just sued um individual corporation that owned over 70 blighted properties. And
You
a
talking
lot of
about
these
POA?
companies,
Who?
yeah.
What's the
So
You
name?
talking about POA?
yeah. So when
Mm-hmm.
you look at all these different, so there's hundreds of properties in Cincinnati that are owned by, and when I say hundreds, I'm saying like different
Actually,
organizations, probably to
thousands.
thousands. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm talking about
thousands.
one corporation, one
Is that
entity can
what
hold.
Champion was talking about? Stefan was talking about as far as the what's that
Well,
program
that
that they
ties into predatory development.
distress that they sign the houses over to people? I mean, that need repair,
No,
and the city takes
Oh
over.
yeah.
What is
That's
that
different,
called?
but
that's
he was
different.
talking yeah. Yeah, it
So
was
what we're
different.
talking about is, say, company XYZ owns. Okay, I'll just use a real company, BlackRock. So when you look at
Oh,
a
we about to get banned.
no, when you look at corporations and their ownership of residential properties, not commercial properties. We're talking about residential properties. We're talking about them
Go
owning.
ahead, come on.
So what I'm saying is that
Conservatorship. That's what
that
Brian was talking about.
yeah, that's the
Mhm.
conversation. So the pressure should be put on these developers.
How you gonna put the pressure on the developers?
Like this. Bow, 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 bow. No,
What's the
but
game plan?
I mean, here's the game plan. Well, okay. Well, I did want to tell y'all. Please look up. Look, they just passed something. The school board just passed something. Called sleep lots. These parking lots.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sleep
So that's yeah, yeah. Please,
So
please look into that.
so many families
Y'all not
are
with that?
experiencing. I mean,
No,
it's not safe.
no.
We're
Why
trying
not
to
let
do
them sleep in the
something
school? They gotta sleep they sleeping in the parking lot.
In the
Who?
tent?
in the
No, in
car.
their car all
Oh
night
yeah, we need that's foul. That's foul.
with
No,
the
no,
heat
no,
on.
no. Where's the push?
Super
Listen,
foul. Let them sleep in the school then. They got to get escorted by security into the school from their car. Why wouldn't you just let them sleep in the school? What are y'all like? It's to me. This ain't rocket science.
But
This is just caring for people, being a humanitarian. You really think how many people signed off on this idea that this was a good idea for people to sleep in their cars? And they said somebody from California, somebody visited California and saw this, and brought this back here. Well, California doesn't get lower than 70 degrees, so they don't get cold. We get freezing cold. So who in the heck
Oh,
decided that was
that
a good
is
idea? That is
predatory, isn't
so
it?
foul.
So when you look at something like that, and I mean, it's a rock and a hard place, because where do you put them? When you look at all of the shelters, all of the places that do housing, there's interfaith places that do
Not
allow members
enough.
to sleep in. It's
There's
not
these
enough.
It's
hotels.
not
There's
enough.
It's not
struggling
enough.
hotels. There's struggling hotels that would love the grant money to house these families. What's that?
You know
Where's
what?
the pipeline to them?
That's a good idea, because there are so many families that I know of that are living in motels.
That's been a thing. That's been a thing for so long. People living in hotels.
I know that, but it seems like it's more prevalent now. With a
But they
lot.
should be able to do it for free. Like that should be kind of part of this.
That should be allowed. You should have a Section 8 voucher that allows you to stay in the hotel if you can't get a house. I mean, that should apply. That should apply.
100%.
Like when you start thinking about ways to combat homelessness, you have to think outside the box.
Yeah.
If you have a housing choice voucher of any sort, then it should truly be housing choice. It should truly cover, your housing needs.
So would y'all put affordable housing in each neighborhood?
Everywhere should have affordable housing.
But
like
also,
recreation.
the thing is this is what I really want to keep asking the people on council. Put a number on it. When you say affordable housing, what exactly do you mean? How much is affordable to you? You know what I'm saying? Because what's affordable to you may not be affordable to me. So to me, that's kind of like this magical, term that we're using and throwing around. But what does that actually mean? You know what I'm saying? Is it $1,500 a month or is it $300 a month? So I want them to put a number on it.
So that's good. That's good. Well, the number for affordable housing is an easy equation to come up with.
It's the
It should be no more than what a person would make in minimum wage for one 40-hour paycheck.
$11 an hour. What you gonna afford off of that?
Okay.
You should be able to afford housing if you're working full time.
You should be.
Well,
If I'm working full time, and that's another discussion. But again, when you look at what cities can do, we don't have to wait on the state. We don't have to wait on the federal government. We can say, hey, if you're going to operate a business in Cincinnati,
then you need to have these.
You need to be able to adequately pay for your employees to at least be able to cover housing.
At least especially if they're gonna get city funding.
And then you got also again, it's more than one fix, because you also have to address housing, gouging the prices.
So who puts that plan together? So you get in the office,
taxes,
November 4th, you in, bam,
that.
bam, bam. Your first thing that you want to do, what are you going to do, and how are you going about it?
I'm definitely going after that legislation. I'm definitely going after that housing and legislation called Connected Communities. That's first on my list. We're going to go into there. We're going to put up these safeguards. I'm going to demand that these developers sign a CBA, that's a community benefits agreement. How are we going to benefit off of you making all this money off of us? You owe down. So that's first and foremost.
Let's give that a round of applause. She said a community what?
Benefit agreement.
Well, I gotta say this.
CBA.
Listen. I gotta say this. The Black community of Cincinnati, we have to do better at voting. We do not understand the power of voting when you have individuals that don't turn out overall, period.
Especially locally.
Locally, we can change the scope of Cincinnati so much that we can do if we just have the numbers voting. And we have the numbers voting. We have the percentages as far as combating. Like if we had a 98% Black turnout, there's nothing that we would be able to not put forth in legislation. Nothing. We will be able to do whatever we want to. And I say that because when you talk about AFTAB and all these individuals, right, when you got to remember a couple of years ago, Black voters did not turn out and they put a measure on the ballot for Cincinnati that was going to put millions of dollars that had to go straight into a coffer to strictly for affordable housing, where we had
Yep.
community-based organizations that were going to
Yep.
address what was going to be truly affordable, and it was going to go from like just it's going to fluctuate to make sure that it was meeting the needs, and it was going
There
to
were
be
mandates
used
in
to be
place.
mandates, and it was going to be
Yep.
used to put, but
Yep.
we allowed the rhetoric to just push us away from the voting block,
Mm,
and
right.
we allowed them to say no, we don't want to do this.
Yeah, and they passed the legislation right in front of our nose. A lot of people don't even know. They're just looking around like, look at all this new development. But also, we are at risk, you guys. Like, we are at
Yeah.
risk. You know what I'm saying? Like, what they're doing to those people in Oakley. And I hope somebody is watching and listening. If you are living in that apartment in Oakley and you are wondering what's going to happen with this new New York developer, I'm so sorry. And what we need to do is come together and protest this. But what's about to happen is that New York developer is about to come in and put y'all out. So that is what is they're allowing through this legislation is exactly that. And there's going to be more of that over and over and over again. If you don't get Mika Owens, Anna Albee, Mark Jeffries, everybody except Jan Michelle, do not vote for them. I'm telling y'all because you're going to see more of this. I've read this legislation word for word. I'm the only candidate that did, and I know what it says. And I'm very alarmed by what it says and what it could mean for our community. So please do not fall for the banana in the tailpipe. Do not believe that this legislation is about to help Black people in home ownership. I've been asking them to tell me how and walk me through it since the first day I found out about the legislation. I asked Reggie, show me how exactly does this legislation help the Black community? How is it going to help Black homeowners? I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting, and I'm going to be waiting. But actually, I'm not, because I'm about to be up there, and I ain't even going to need
Hey,
to
let's
wait
get
for
that
them.
around the
So let's
clock.
get
You know what I'm talking
let's
about?
get it.
You know what I'm talking
Let's
about?
get it.
I ain't gonna hold
And
you.
we still got early voting going on.
Come on,
It's
early
open
voting.
until 5
Come
o'clock.
on.
Board of Elections. You can in-person vote at the Board of Elections in Norwood if you're in Hamilton County. Uh,
Yeah.
like I said, that's opened up, and I think to like, don't quote me on it, but I think like Friday before we go vote, like you can early vote or some stuff like that.
Just
Like,
come on. Just come on
like
during
go
your
and vote,
lunch
man.
break.
Go and vote. Yeah,
Come
hesitate
vote.
on it.
Come vote. Come
That's
meet the candidates. I go there almost every day. Come meet us.
Keep
Come
your mind
talk to
on
me.
that
Hold me
Tuesday voting.
accountable. I want y'all to hold me accountable. You know what I'm saying? This is the thing. This because what I'm talking is real. It's from the heart. I'm a passion. I'm like full of passion. I'm full of concern actually for my community. Because my family lives here. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's just like we're like one separation, 1 degree of separation from each other. You know what I'm saying? So I probably one of your cousins, probably my cousins. Like I
right.
am
Ain't
deeply
that the truth?
concerned with what's going on, and that's the thing is I just think that the people on council they're good people, but they've lost their way. They've lost their way. I'm deeply disappointed in Mika Owens and how she has just really sold out. I mean, she got that white boy on to she got Evan Nolan. Why would you choose him? Like, why did you do that? And I actually texted her, like, girl, can I even interview? She hearted what I asked her and never said anything.
Hey, you know what? That's why I have an issue with a lot of the city council members right now because I done reached out to quite a few different ones, and when you come on here, you're gonna get the polished and you're gonna get the wild boy, the wild old man,
I like
and
it. I
and I
like it. I'm
like
a little bit of both of y'all.
and I like what you're doing, and I just hope that the alignment works and everything works out, so I don't have to say
Thank you.
after election, I told y'all this shit wasn't gonna work. But
Oh my God. Boy, I'm about to be in there working. Okay. Like I'm already sweating. I'm ready for it. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm
yes,
gonna do everything that I can. Like I said, like living in another city, I've seen what works. Like there's real easy fixes to certain things. Like, and I started thinking, like, okay, you put these kids in this parking lot, but like, okay, so how are they supposed to eat? Like what? Like eat
Or they
what?
use the
Ice
restroom.
cream? What they how they gonna use
Or
the
they gonna use the
bathroom? But
restroom.
also I want to implement a
Are they
guess
gonna be able to
what?
go in and out of
We're
school
one of
every
the
day?
we are one of the only states that doesn't allow for EBT for people to buy hot food with their EBT.
Oh yeah, they
You know,
messed
they're
the
more
game.
concerned about people buying sodas right now.
Yeah.
They're begrudging
But if
them.
I can buy a cold pizza, why can't I buy a hot pizza? Make it make sense.
Make
Please
it
make that
make
make sense.
sense.
You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
Some states
Just
allow them to
little
go get
stuff.
McDonald's with the ABT.
What?
Yeah, some states allow you to
Where
go get
that at?
fast food. Yeah,
Go
they
to
allow.
Whole Foods and get you a whole and go to the bus.
Some
Go
some some
get
other some states allow you to get fast food meals
yeah,
or
you
Oh,
get
something like
yeah,
that.
you can get fast food, you can get hot food in some
And I'm
states.
not against it.
Yeah.
so
I'm not against it.
after quick, I know we got to go here. I won't
Oh,
hold you up
okay.
all night. I don't know how your schedule's like. We can keep going, but whatever. We normally go an hour, maybe some change, but I don't know. Whatever. He gets on my nerve. But see what I'm saying?
I mean,
can't-
you ask me whatever you want. What's the most important? What is the most important information that you need to know from me that will help you to understand where I'm coming from in
I
terms of my
got it
thinking?
already. I
Okay, then
I
you
already
like me
got it.
now? You
Yeah.
like me now? Okay.
Yeah, you cool. You
Okay.
cool.
Stand on that
You
then.
cool. Yeah, you got that. You know
Okay.
what I'm talking about? You calling people out. That was the main thing. You calling people out on their bullshit. You understand me?
And
That
will continue to shake this shit up every
yeah.
day that I'm on council. I'm not scared. I went to school with AFTAB. Listen, I'm not
You went to
scared.
school with Aftab?
I did.
He's from here?
Yeah.
I
I
didn't
mean, he's
know
not
that.
from here, but he went to UC.
Aflac is from here?
Well, he went to UC.
Oh, he went to UC. That don't mean he's from
Yeah.
here.
I don't know if he's
You know what?
actually from
Cincinnati has
here.
this amazing ability to where when you go to school here, whether it's college or high school, that you make it your own. And you can't
Yeah.
say that somebody's not from here just because he moved here in college here.
He ain't acting like it.
Hey man, get on with that bullshit. You ain't calling it out bullshit.
Who I really want to see if they're from here, because I really do think their plan is Ryan James. I want Ryan James to say where he went to high school, because that's who the Democrats have endorsed. And I have a sense that he's from Columbus. He's from somewhere else. And I'm like, so y'all just chose like some random dude outside of Cincinnati? You know what I'm saying? Like some
So
plant.
so this relationship with you see
Oh.
already with Avtab is because I'm pretty sure he gonna win. I don't know because he's looking pretty bad on with the
He's the lesser of the two evils. Do not let JD Vance Jr. get
No,
in
I
there.
I
know
would
that.
say, I gotta
I hear
say,
what
like,
you're
man,
saying.
at no point in
Matter of
time
fact,
should
I'm
you be
talking
voting
about
for
Jan for
anything.
mayor.
I know what y'all
Anything
saying.
conservative right
I
now is
know
a
what y'all
no-go.
saying, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because of this man's actions and his words, even the people that was on his team are talking, get him out,
Well, can I be honest with you?
or maybe switching over.
Can I be honest with you? Can I be honest with you? The reason why there's so much of a discord is because there is a lot of education about how politics or what the power people have or what they can do or things like that. And when people have these misconceptions run around through their head and they believe a person should be able to do this, and this
That
person's
was
like, man,
my
that's
next
not even
question.
what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm supposed to be doing this.
Right.
Like,
Right.
Then you have misplaced anger.
The interview with Lakita, and she was breaking down how the structure goes. Like, the mayor's not your boss, and you're not the mayor's boss. So how do y'all get anything accomplished? If he's not the boss, you don't have any say over him, and you vote.
You gotta have Robert's rules, man.
I mean,
And
that's right. Yeah, we vote. We vote.
you have
And so I
to.
think, like,
Which
even
leads
if
us back.
AFTAB, so right now, what I call it is top down politics. So right now,
Okay.
AFTAB, if he likes something, he dictates it to the council, and everybody's like, "Oh yeah, let's go," except Janice Scotty. Everybody's like, "Oh my god," and no, there's no opposition. And that's dangerous. And that's what's going on. That's why he's able to pass anything. He's ready to be a
Affleck,
senator.
Ruby Juby,
That's what I'm
Ruby.
saying.
Backroom deals. Affleck,
He
backroom
has
deals.
his eyes set on something else. Like he's out of here. He's ready to be on the bigger and whatever. But you need people, like, that's the thing, is like I haven't I don't have any goals to be
That's
like,
crazy.
to extend my political career further than this city because that's what matters to me. So that's what's going on. And he's not getting any opposition. He needs people on council that will be like, man, that don't sound right. Hold on, let me go do my research before I vote on that. Instead of just being like, whatever you say, Tab, whatever you say, absolutely not. So that's where I am. That's where
Wow.
I stand. I'm ready to shake it up. I'm ready to
Let's
go.
get that a round of applause. See, this is the
Oh,
type of
thank you.
interviews that we need to hear. The type of stuff we need to hear, man, because of what you just said about people not knowing the process of how this stuff works. We have people on here telling us how it works. Niggas need to wake up. Yeah, need to wake up.
Please wake up. Please wake
Take
up.
the
Your vote
blinders
does
off.
matter.
I have to say this. I'm so glad that you are now seeing the benefits of voting.
Hold on,
Wow.
hold on,
Wow.
hold on, hold on. Before you
Uh,
came on, did you hear me just say? I don't think I'm waiting. I'm Uncle Ruckus right now. I'm Uncle Ruckus right now. I know niggas, and niggas is slow. Niggas take every time, long time to figure out stuff. We could be
That's
talking to
hilarious.
with blue in the face, and this nigga still won't get it. We still don't have accountability for our children running around goddamn downtown, making
Yeah.
everybody look crazy. We still don't have. We have events downtown where it's a bunch of teenagers for real, and I'm not going. I'm not wide, but I'm not blind either.
Mhm.
I'm
You know
not
what they about to
blind
do?
either.
They're about to shut down Government Square. I'm like, why are we shutting down Government Square? The
And let me
thing is this. Okay.
Government Square. This is my take on this, y'all.
Okay. Okay.
If you move Government Square right, that's prime real estate. That's probably
Right.
where your 3D. We don't
Come
say no
on. Come
names,
on. Come on.
but
Speak on it.
these big developers. That's a
Come
piece of
on.
prime real estate right there. You
An
wipe that out.
80-story building.
Yes, you wipe that out.
Come
Get
on.
that out of there. And you
Come
put up
on
high
now.
rises right there. You got the stores,
Come
this, that, and the third.
on.
It's a part of a
Banana
bigger
in the
plan.
tailpipe.
Right. So when you get in, because you're gonna get in. When you get in,
Thank you.
we're gonna revisit this interview, right?
Let's
Because
do it.
I want to know what you found out about the moves that are being made in Cincinnati to make Cincinnati bigger than what it is,
Yeah.
incorporating Dayton, incorporating all of these other stuff.
that was a city planner and a city manager's job 20 years ago.
Well, it's
Oh my
implemented
God. Man.
That stuff was implemented.
and
The
it's
stuff that we're
working.
seeing now, you got to think like, okay, they're talking about the expansion of 75, the widening of 75,
Yep.
making it one straight. How long ago was that in the works?
Yep.
When you start thinking about how long
Years.
ago, years, when you start thinking about how long ago that was in the works, then you start thinking about the developments that are being planned, and the funding and the steps that you got to
Yeah.
take. And I mean, some of the stuff takes applications and stuff like that.
Right.
Well, and you got to wait for the funding to come available after you do the
Right.
application process. And
All of
there's a
that.
lot to it. So
But
it's going to take vision to
right.
go to
But
fruition.
I want y'all to see how scientifically designed things have been. So basically, let's look at it. Boom. Somebody recommends that CPS start putting all the kids on Metro. Then they put all the kids on the Metro. Then they downtown. And
Yep.
oh my God, it's chaotic. Oh my God,
Yep.
what are we gonna do? How about we move Government Square? What? Do y'all see? Are y'all picking
Mhm.
up what I'm putting down?
Yes.
Right. Right.
Exactly.
That's convenient because that's convenient. So come on, man. Come on. So yeah, I'm ready to get in there. I'm ready to get to work. I do got to put my baby to bed, but I so appreciate y'all.
Thank
You
you
guys,
so
Thank
much
you.
for
Thank you.
coming and
I
showing it.
apologize for being late. I had to
you're
feed my
fine. I'm
baby.
just glad
Okay.
I'm glad we back family. I know we were kind of if you were like you ain't really know how this was gonna be. You ain't know me, but that's okay. Now you know me, and this is
So
me. So
so
That's
now
right.
I want everybody and shout out to your team. They
thank you.
both of them
Hey,
in my
they on
ear.
it. Hey, they on it.
Yeah, one in this ear and one in this
A-
ear. I'm like,
Absolutely.
hey man, who I'm talking to? Which one of these niggas
I
I'm
put
talking
both of
to?
them on you. Like they got
You
you got
did. You
thick.
sent them both on me.
I
So
did. I
take the
did.
same energy. I want
And
you to
will.
share this interview to your peoples, your friends, your family,
I
and
absolutely will.
everybody because I truly believe you on a mission. I believe
Thank
the
you.
the people that you mentioned are on a mission with you, and those other three new guys or other ones, if you can make your way to the show, do it. But I'm not gonna hold you. Let you get your kids taken care of. We appreciate everything you've done today.
Thank you. Peace
Like
and
we
blessings.
say every Wednesday, don't be stuck on stupid. That's on dog.
Hey,
We
I
outta
love
here.
that. Peace and blessings. Bye-bye.
Right now,
Guess who? Nobody got nothing on us.
you're locked into the greatest station.
Spitting image of the house that I